Okay, imagine this. You open your mailbox one day and find a letter addressed to Spider-Man. Not some fan fiction website, not a Marvel Studios PR stunt, your actual home. That's the reality for Jack Schur, a Queens resident who accidentally bought a house that exists in both the real world and the Spider-Man universe. And honestly, this might be the most New York story I've ever heard. But wait, if a real person is getting fan mail for a fictional superhero, what does that say about us? About our obsession with characters. About the way fiction bleeds into reality more than we realize. Let's unpack this. So here's the setup. Jack Schur owns a house at 20 Ingram Street, which in Marvel lore is Aunt May's address. For decades, fans have been sending letters to Spider-Man there, and now Schur's stuck reading them. He even lets tourists take selfies because, as he puts it, he feels a responsibility to embody the American spirit of Spider-Man. But hold on, why do we, as a culture, still crave this connection to fictional heroes? I mean, Spider-Man's about responsibility, right? But Schur's situation flips that idea. He's not Peter Parker, but he's become a custodian of the character's legacy. That's wild to me. It's like buying a house and discovering it's also a pilgrimage site for a religion you didn't know existed. Personally, I think the letters themselves are the most fascinating part. Kids writing to ask Spider-Man how he saves the world or inviting him to watch TV. Those notes aren't just fan mail, they're manifestations of hope. We tell kids to write to their heroes, but what happens when that hero can't write back? Schur's role here is weirdly profound. He's the human bridge between fiction and reality. And here's the kicker, since the new Spider-Man movie dropped, those letters have exploded. Which makes me wonder, do we actually believe, on some level, that these characters are almost real? Because if Tom Holland's web-slinging reignites our collective imagination, why wouldn't we test the boundaries? That's what fandom is, right? A semi-organized delusion we all agree to participate in. But let's zoom out. This isn't just about one house. The article mentions Marvel's Spider-Man 2 game saw a resurgence after the movie came out. So here's this feedback loop. Fiction inspires reality, the letters, reality capitalizes on fiction, the game sales, and then the audience fuels it all by buying into both. It's like a real-life, web-of-life storyline. And sure, he's the accidental node in that web. What many people don't realize is that this isn't unique to Spider-Man. Think about the I Heart Suit New York shirts worn by tourists or the Sherlock Holmes Museum in London. We crave physical touchpoints with stories because they anchor us to the escapism we love. But Schur's house isn't curated, it's accidental. That authenticity is what makes it special. A detail I find fascinating. Schur says yes to every selfie request. He's not cashing in, he's honoring the spirit of the character. Which raises a deeper question, when does a fan become a steward of a character's legacy? If you live at a fictional address, does that make you a caretaker of the myth? It's like if someone bought the real 221B Baker Street and decided to play along with the Sherlock lore. But here's the thing, this isn't just about Spider-Man. It's about how stories evolve beyond their creators. The address existed in comics, then in movies, and now in reality. It's a living, breathing artifact of pop culture. And honestly, that terrifies me a little. If fiction can colonize reality this easily, what's stopping Gotham City from appearing on a map someday? Or maybe it already has, in ways we're not admitting. So here's my closing thought, Jack Schur's mailbox is a microcosm of why we need heroes. The letters aren't for him, they're for all of us. They're proof that even in 2026, amid AI and climate chaos, kids still want to believe in someone who saves the day. And maybe Schur's the luckiest guy in the world, or maybe he's just the latest reminder that stories don't end when the credits roll. They spill into streets, into homes, into mailboxes. They become part of the city's DNA. So next time you see a Spider-Man poster, ask yourself, where's the real 20 Ingram Street in your life? What stories are you accidentally living in? And who's reading the letters you're too scared to send?